Site at WXYZ.com. Dave?
Drivers who rumble through the streets with loud cars are running into a crackdown tonight. Dearborn police say it could result in a ticket, and many neighbors say it's about time. 7 Action News reporter Brett Cast has more on the noise they say has become a nuisance.
Residents we spoke to say it happens all the time, and besides just waking them up at night, these loud, fast cars also pose a danger.
They're racing up and down the streets, and it's not safe.
For lifelong Dearborn residents like Gina Polanski, the neighborhood noise is worse than it's ever been. She says cars are revving their engines as they race through residential streets. Do they modify the mufflers?
They do modify the mufflers so they're extra loud.
Sometimes people want to race, some people just want to show off their cars.
A few miles away, Rabab El-Zergani says it's happening on her street too, at all times of the day, even at night.
It really, really is loud. Sometimes we wake up in the middle of the night, my siblings are scared because of how loud it is.
These are a quality of life concern, quality of life issues.
Dearborn Police Corporal Dan Bartok says the noise has been a major complaint from citizens, and now police will be cracking down, warning they will be out writing tickets for excessive noise from loud mufflers and engine revving.
If it's generally causing a nuisance, if it's waking people up, if it's disturbing the peace of the neighborhood, that's fits into our ordinance.
I fear for the kids more so than anything because they race up and down the streets like it's a racetrack.
Residents like Polanski say the issue is getting out of control, hopeful the police cracking down will bring it to an end.
We've been asking for it for a while, but until they do something, you're just kind of stuck with it.
And Dearborn police are asking residents to report these incidents to them. You can do so online at both the city and police department websites. You can also call the police directly. In Dearborn, I'm Brett Cast, 7 Action News.
All right, thank you so much, Brett. Well, tonight a man caught on camera is wanted for a bank robbery in Flat Rock. Police say he used a note and implied having a gun during the robbery at First Merchants Bank on Telegraph this afternoon. We are told officers from 3 different departments responded within just 1 minute of the 911 call, but the suspect got away. Nearby schools went on temporary lockdown as a precaution.
Another new variant of COVID-19 is on the rise in the United Kingdom tonight.
The strain is known as XE. It is a combination of the original Omicron and the subvariant BA2. Early indications suggest the new combination may be the most transmissible form of Omicron yet. But the World Health Organization says more research is needed. For now, though, experts say there is no need to worry. So-called recombinant variants like XE often disappear on their own.
Next at 11, wild police chase.
Hitting my cruiser, oh my God, she's ramming my cruiser.
7 officers injured, $135,000 in damage. Why the woman behind the wheel was wanted.
Wet week.
1 day of sunshine, that's all we get. Now the rain's back in here. I'll tell you when it gets started tomorrow and how much you end up with.
Words of wisdom.
He used to sit with me and talk to me about life, and I was just a little kid.
The biggest thing for me was just to find a way out, beat the odds.
The program changing the life of a Detroit Lions player and how he plans to pay it forward.
It's all next at 11.
A woman is accused of leading police on a wild chase that left 7 officers injured in Connecticut.
She used a white Hummer like a battering ram to shove a police cruiser out of the way. And that was just the beginning. By the time it was over, she rammed several other cop cars before wrapping the Hummer around a utility pole.
7 of 8 officers ended up being treated at the hospital. The suspect was also injured. She and an alleged accomplice are accused of more than 40 vehicle break-ins. Police believe they were trying to support a drug habit.
The Biden administration is expected to make an announcement tomorrow on student loans. We're hearing the government will extend the pandemic pause on federal loan repayment through the end of August. Right now, it's set to expire May 1st. Balances on many student loans have been effectively frozen for more than 2 years with no payments required.
Well, we want to revisit a moment that touched hearts of a lot of people watching the NFL Players Awards for 2022. The Walter Payton Man of the Year award went to a teammate of Matthew Stafford's. Andrew Whitworth of the LA Rams. And it was his words of wisdom long ago that changed a young man's life. When Whitworth made his acceptance speech heard by millions, what stood out most was his mention of a Detroit Lions player, NFL rookie Derek Barnes, who says he likely would not have made it to the NFL had Big Whit, as he calls him, not been in his life.
There are a lot of adjectives that could describe the end of the speech by Andrew Whitworth of the LA Rams. This for winning the NFL's Walter Payton Man of the Year award. But he took a moment to mention Detroit Lions rookie Derek Barnes.
He said, "Hey man, you're not going to remember me. I'm Derek Barnes. You spent time with me when you were a young player in Cincinnati at the Boys and Girls Club, and it meant the world to me. You used to sit with me and talk to me about life, and I was just a little kid. I want you to know how much it meant to me." I said, "Man." He goes, "You know what? The main thing I wanted to say, Whit, I made it. I made it to the NFL, Big Whit."
In the speech, he talked about you playing for the Detroit Lions. What went through your mind and what made you run at Andrew like that?
And he was just, it was mind blowing to him, and you can just see the expression on his face.
Barnes told Big Whit,
"Hey, I'm gonna make you feel old. You know, you used to come to my Boys and Girls Club and, you know, play around with me, help with homework when I was super young, and, you know, you are a big inspiration in my life."
You see, Barnes, seen here as a child with Andrew Whitworth, grew up in the small town of Covington, Kentucky, a place a lot of kids in the city of Detroit can relate to.
What kind of community did you grow up in Kentucky?
I was surrounded by, you know, the marijuana. I was surrounded by, you know, the violence, the gun violence, like in my community. And, you know, growing up, like I was living in projects.
Barnes' only safe haven to escape after school, the Boys and Girls Club. And that's where he would connect with Big Whit on a regular basis.
Growing up in Kentucky, what kind of conversations did you have with Andrew in the Boys and Girls Club?
He always told me how important school was, that, you know, school gets you a long way, block out all the distractions and, you know, keep going even when you think you can't go no more.
Barnes admits most kids he grew up with don't make it out of the projects, but he says for him, Big Whit's words of wisdom made his journey through rough patches a little easier to navigate.
I think the biggest thing for me was just to find a way out, you know, beat the odds, you know, be that positive role model in my community, you know, show people that there's different ways. And, you know, because you don't hear about that. You don't hear about a kid from Covington, Kentucky going to the NFL.
Now Barnes is hoping here in Detroit, a place most people prejudge in the worst kind of way, he can touch a life the same way Andrew made an impact on his.
I want to be able to be on that stage one day and you know, and share a story of, you know, what I did for a little kid.
And as far as that speech,
that was a great moment for me, one of the best moments of my life, and, you know, I can't thank him enough.
And for all of us who are die-hard Lions fans,
go Lions, ready to win the Super Bowl.
From your mouth to God's ears, we're all waiting. Yes, we are waiting, but isn't that a special story? And to think that, you know, Big Whit spending time with him at a club like that so many kids need changed his life forever.
They're role models, these athletes, in so many cases, and can make a difference in individual lives. We saw it with Derek Barnes, and good on him. And yeah, now go win a Super Bowl.
Well, let's hope so.
What you need to know is we don't call her Big Whit, but our little CC is the same kind of person as Big Whit. And I know that there are a lot of people that you have touched at younger ages and older ages too. So it's kind of neat and full circle that you did that story.
Oh, aren't you sweet to say that? Thank you, Rick.
Well, it's true.
Yeah.
Show you what's going on weather-wise now. We are looking ahead to a day that is not going to be the greatest for the old Tigers fans. Now, that doesn't mean they're not going to play. They might actually get delayed. I think they'll get through the game. All that's coming up in just a little bit. Outside right now, still in the 40s. Haven't dropped that much from the 50s. 45 in Detroit, 47 in Metro Ann Arbor and Howell as well. Because the clouds have gotten thicker around here. Couple little sprinkles just trying to get across the border here from Northwest Ohio. That's not really going to be very likely. This swirl out and the rain with it, that's what's coming in tomorrow. Watch the timing in just a second here, but I just want you to know in general, it is wet, first of all, on the west side about 9 o'clock or so, and then working its way through the area and moving out around 7 o'clock on the east side, so that's kind of our time frame. Not good for the openers as we talked about, but there are some warm temps around the corner. Unfortunately, it is after the weekend. 38 in Lapeer, Tonight, 43 in Detroit for a low, 41 in Monroe. And then tomorrow, temperatures aren't so bad, but it's a pretty rainy day again, especially in the city of Detroit from about late morning through the rest of the afternoon, early evening. Southeast winds at 10 to 20 as well. So watch the amounts here. 57 again, the temperature's not so bad. It's just not with the pretty day like we had today. We're going to have sunshine, maybe a glimpse at the very end of the day, and that's it. So the rain will work its way in from west-east as we go along, and it fills up about a quarter to a half an inch, I think, for widespread amounts in our area. That's a pretty good soaking rain. Then on Thursday, there's a 40% chance of rain. This is the rain that's heavier from Wednesday. That goes by, and watching the morning hours here on Thursday, a little bit of sunshine, but in the afternoon, clouds start to build back in. There could be a couple of scattered showers here and there. And here you go. It cools off, unfortunately, for Friday. Starts at 37, ends up at 48. The game will be played with temperatures in the 40s here. And I think the rain chances actually increase as the game goes along. And maybe it tapers off late, but the point is you're probably going to get wet, so be ready for that. Saturday, cold enough, there could be a couple of snowflakes. But again, around the corner, here we go. Monday is 66, and this is the start of something kind of special. 60s last for quite a while, I think for most of next week, as a matter of fact. A little bit of sunshine as well. So all things considered, the carrot on the stick is there. But if you're going to the game, lots of layers, and one of those layers has to be something that's going to keep the water off of you. Go Tigers. I think it's a fun day no matter what happens with the weather.
Indeed, Dave, thank you. And download
Indeed.
download the free 7 app on your mobile device. Stay ahead of any storms with the powerful 7 First Alert radar that you control.
Sounds like Dave's got tickets.
You know, it's been cold on many of opening days. It's going to be fun. All right, coming up, taking action against tip baiting. What Instacart is doing to stop a nasty practice.
Plus, the lack of sleep may be packing on the pounds. How missing your Z's could be putting your health at risk. That's next at 11.
But
Is that my problem?
Yeah, but first let's check in with Jimmy Kimmel to see who's on the show on this Tuesday night.
What's up, Jimmy?
New research at the Mayo Clinic shows losing sleep may cause you to gain weight. Doctors found a lack of sleep influences our eating behavior to snack on foods high in fat and carbs more often, especially in the evening. Study participants showed an increase in body weight and belly fat after just 2 weeks. Researchers also found sleep affects hormones that control your appetite. Doctors say adults should get at least 7 hours of shut-eye every night. You hear that, fellas? 7 hours.
Doesn't always work out.
I know.
I heard belly fat.
Got that too. All right, Instacart is taking action to protect workers from a greedy stunt known as tip baiting. It happens when customers zero out the tip after a delivery. Instacart says it does not want the workers to get stiff, so now the company will cover the cost of a tip up to $10 if a customer removes the gratuity without reporting an issue related to the delivery.
Wouldn't that be bad to do that? All right, the Red Wings losing streak is finally over, and it got physical in the process.
Gina Trotman breaks it all down for us next in sports.
Uh-oh.
Over this rough stretch for the Red Wings, goaltending has been a little bit of a weak spot. But tonight, Alex Nedeljkovic stood on his head, making a season-high 47 saves. The Bruins jump ahead early in this one. Eric Halla with the first, Brandon Carlo with the second. Nedeljkovic had the first 2 saves, but not the third. A shorthanded goal makes it 2-0. But here's your captain. Rookie Mo Seider just keeps on racking up the assists. That is Dylan Larkin's 30th goal of the season, to make it a 1-goal game before intermission. Now over in the second, the Wings capitalize on the Bruins failing to clear the puck. Michael Rasmussen is in front to clean things up to tie it up. Same period. Check out this rocket by Philip Zadina. A one-timer. Boston had no chance of stopping that, going top shelf. That is the go-ahead goal for Detroit. Jacob Verana did go to add one more goal, this one on the power play. A tough angle for the Red Wings. 4th goal of the night. They do add an empty netter, and it gets messy after the whistle. A little fighting here, but Detroit gets the last laugh, snapping a 6-game skid for a much-needed win. Tiger Woods is back. He announced today his plans to compete in the Masters this week. Now, this is his first official event since November of 2020. We all know the type of competitor that Tiger is, and that includes the field of golfers.
You know, he's hitting it well, he's chipping well, he's sharp. It's just the physical demand of getting around 72 holes here this week. That's probably the question mark, but the golf game is there.
Anytime he tees it up, especially, you know, after his injuries, he's going to take a lot of attention, which is okay with me. I always like sliding in a little under the radar.
The Masters is full of tradition, and I think this is by far the best one. The Champions Dinner, since 1952. All previous Masters champs gather for dinner the week of the Master, and just look at who is in this photo. The menu is set by the previous year's winner, so Hideki Matsuyama was in charge of this year's menu. It was Japanese themed, from sushi to Wagyu beef. Jordan Spieth was almost drooling at the podium.
I might make a lot of people mad in the state of Texas, but it's the best beef I've ever had. And to be serving that tonight on top of miso cod and sushi to starts, I mean, I'm very, very excited. I saw it today, and I had no idea what route he was going to go, and I'm excited to shake his hand and say thank you at the end of the night. So.
Thank you.
Might have to get carted off.
Hey, me too, Spieth. He said he was going to have second helpings of everything on that menu.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I decided today that my bucket list is to make it to the Champions.
Wow.
Just as a guest.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Right?
Masters is all about tradition. Gina, thanks. We're back in a moment.